Hey guys, Rocking Eric here. So I've always said that we're in a parasite war. Ever since 2020, things have been really going on with parasites. I'm not going to get into details, but famous doctor was working with parasites in 2022. I just watched a great video called the Demonic Parasite Presentation, I believe it's called. And they talked about how there's a lot of similarities between demons and parasites. So parasites are in the physical realm. They're in your body or whatever. And then demons are in the spirit realm. So they can move in and out of things, and they're in the spirit realm. So you usually don't see them, but if you do, they're like little clouds, little shadows. And a lot of references to demons and shadows in contemporary music, the top 40 music, rap. They're talking about demons left and right, and people are still asleep, or they think it's just, artsy to talk about, your personal demons. But it's an actuality. Okay, I've been possessed by a demon. I know how they work. And what's interesting is that with this video that I watched, the demonic parasite presentation, they said that if you have certain types of parasites in your body, that you can act more aggressively sexually. And actually one of Satan's henchmen, I think is called Beelzebub, he's the Lord of Flies. And so Beelzebub he's attracted to filth. He's attracted to dung, okay? And I don't want to get too graphic, but so basically if you have certain parasites or demonic influences, it can change your sexual appetite. You can get more perverted. You could like it more dirty, harder, faster. And you see it all over the porn industry. And what that is basically, besides being demonic, is if they have parasites also. So twofold, you have the demons and then you have parasites. The parasites are actually trying to move from host to host. Okay, it's been documented that there's certain parasites that can go into insects. I think it's called the grasshopper experiment, where a parasite takes over the grasshopper's mind, its thinking, and makes it commit suicide into water. They have pictures of it. So the parasites also can affect you when they're dying. So there's a thing called die-off. So if you start killing parasites with the parasite cleanse and the parasites start dying, you can think you're dying because they heavily influence your thinking. So back to the perversion, just to be completely honest with you guys, I have been getting more perverted as the years progress. Not only because, I have a sex addiction, which needs to constantly get more taboo and kinky to get the same high, the same thrill, but I think I also have parasites in me that are literally craving dirtiness, kinkiness, and more perversion the better. And yeah, there's demonic influences in me as well, but there's probably parasites in me wanting me to act out a certain way so that they can move from me to another person. And you see it all the time. I mean, if you watch porn, notice how violent it's getting, how aggressive it's getting. It's borderline torture. I'm surprised it's not banned. Actually, I'm not surprised because it's like $100 billion industry, but it's really sick. And so right now I'm experiencing things crawling on my skin. And what is really creepy is that they come out at like 3 a.m. Like I have it down to where they're crawling on my skin, and it's waken me up before. And now I've timed it. It's around 3 in the morning. And I don't know if they're parasites internally coming out on my skin to try to get away, because I'm eating a lot of garlic. I'm doing oregano oil. I'm doing kind of a loose parasite cleanse. Right now I'm water fasting. I mean, it really comes down to fasting and prayer. I mean, it really is. I say that that's the only option we have in this demonic war. And I know that there's parasites that have been altered, that are like hybrids, that are more resilient. They're scarier. You know, you hear about scientists all the time discovering new viruses like in icebergs. There was this one virus that they discovered, or bacteria, that was 27,000 years old because of the melting icebergs. So they're definitely like changing parasites to make them more invincible, more destructive, because they want to get us in. I believe, I am a conspiracy theorist, they want us to get into the healthcare system, okay? Already 78% of Americans over 50 are on at least one medication, okay? And I've gone to the ER the last week and a half. I don't want a primary doctor. I don't want to get back into the system, but I'm kind of freaking out. So if you know anything about parasites, leave a comment, because we're in a parasite war. In my last video where I talked about the parasite war, I talked about how it was presented in 2020 through a song called Parasite Eve by a band called Bring Me the Horizon. You should check out the video. It's really creepy. But I said that Satanists have to disclose what they're going to do before they do it. And they can do it through movies, through music, whatever. And some of them do it jokingly. Like, you know, you see celebrities say that they're Satanists during interviews, and then they laugh. You know, we're not supposed to believe it. They make it seem like a joke so that it's discredited. But it's very rampant. Satanism is very rampant. And so I always say that if it gets really bad, which it is, I should have stopped eating meat and fish a long time ago, and sausage. You know, I was like doing the caveman diet, the extreme keto, just meat. You know, meat, eggs, some dairy, and all of it's horrible for your arteries, cholesterol, because I thought I was having a heart attack. I thought my arteries were getting clogged. So I haven't had any meat for a week and a half, no cream. I switched to oat milk. I was doing oatmeal in the morning. Now I'm just straight up water fasting, because whatever I have, it's moving. Like, it started in my heart, and then it went down under my heart, and now it's over on the other side by my liver, I believe. So whatever I have, it's moving around. I feel weird. And then I got these things literally crawling on my ears and on my head. I mean, all over. And I don't know if it's like skin louses, or it's not leaving any rash. I don't know if it's scabies or what. But it's really unnerving, because I'm home alone right now. Misha's in Texas visiting family, taking care of her mom's funeral. So there's death all around. And then I'm sitting here with my thoughts, and they always turn negative, and I start to worry. I'm literally just turning to Jesus every hour, on the hour almost, and saying, thank you, Jesus, for healing my heart. You know, thank you, Jesus, for cleaning my arteries. Like trying to heal myself, doing my own miracles, you know, through Jesus, of course. And it really is a spiritual battle. I mean, look around how dark and how angry people are. We're getting censored, so we can't talk about it. It's so frustrating. It's really hard not to go insane, especially with my heart feeling the way it is and my skin itching all over the place. I've been spraying my skin with with peppermint, lavender, and cedar oil, and it seems to subside them, but I don't know if they're actually dying. It seems like there's less of them last night. So I'm trying to hit them from both angles. I'm trying to hit them internally by drinking oregano oil, lots of garlic, water fast during the day, and then on my skin with the cedar oil and the peppermint and the lavender. So leave a comment, but guys, you know, there's a very tight correlation between parasites and demons. And if you zoom in on a parasite, it looks like a scary creature with big teeth. It's absolutely crazy. And lastly, you know, since I'm really stressed out right now, I'm really like, you know, not today, but last night, man, I wanted to masturbate so bad because it's like my go-to coping mechanism since I was a little boy. In fact, I was a caregiver for a while, and I was caring for a 90-year-old man, and they put him on an antipsychotic because he was getting really freaked out about his situation. You know, he knew he was dying and he was in a lot of fear, and the moment they put him on a medication, he went down even faster, and he tried masturbating in front of his caregiver, and everyone was just perplexed. Why did he do that? You know, it's the medication, it's black magic and the meds. But really what I was thinking is he was just acting out like he was a boy, because they say, you know, when you're that old and you're senile, that you revert back to a childlike state. And so maybe in his confusion, he was like, I'm going to go to my number one coping mechanism. And so he started like tugging on it in front of his caregiver. And it wasn't like him. And I understand it now, because when I get really stressed out, not only do I rock, but I'm like, I gotta tug at it. I need to feel good right now. And the thing is it only lasts 5 minutes. You only feel good for 5 minutes. And if I'm close to dying, the last thing I want to be doing is sinning before I die. I want to be ready to like meet Jesus. And you can't meet Jesus when you're sinning, when you're like thinking about perverted things. You're basically invoking demons when you go dark. So it really is a screwed up battle, but you know, we're in the good fight, and praise Jesus. He's the healer of everything. I mean, he can literally heal anything out there. If he wants you to live, you will live. If he wants you to go, you're going to go. It doesn't matter what supplements you're on, what, you know, if you're taking oregano oil or not. If he wants you to go, you're gone. If he wants to keep you, he will. I've been saved many times. I know he saved me. I was a total drunk. I mean, I drank and drove, blacked out, passed out, could have died many times. I mean, I could just give you a list, but I don't want to bore you. Anyways, so that's my ramble. Perversion is real. Parasites are real. Demons are real. It's a spiritual battle. The media is downplaying it or not mentioning it at all. Urgent cares around America are packed right now with mysterious ailments. People are, and you can't talk about it because you get censored. So I really do believe that they're like us. If they don't get us in the healthcare system and make lots of money, then they just want us gone. That's the bottom line. That's my opinion. Love you guys. Leave a comment, like this video, share it around with anyone that is struggling with addiction, with perversion, with lust, with drinking. I cover it all on this channel. Love you guys. Keep up the good fight.